How can I buy a house with bad credit? Hey gang, this is Mike with MrNoFluff.com. In the next few minutes, I'm gonna unreveal my secret of buying houses with bad credit, not even using my own credit, and show you how I do it without using banks, and then where to find these sellers and the benefits of buying this way versus the traditional way. So let's go ahead and get started. So your goal is that you want to buy a house and you want to buy it without with bad credit or without credit. Okay. Now, one thing I want to say is this strategy that I'm going to show you guys is not only for if you have bad credit, okay, but it's also for, if you have good credit, all right? And it's also for investors, okay? Now, why would you want to use this strategy if you have good credit? Because it's going to take a lot of liabilities off of you, and I'll explain it down the line, okay? Also, as an investor, why would it be good for you to buy houses? This strategy I'm going to show you since I've been using since 2016. I'm sorry, 2006. Why is that good for you? Because you don't have to go to a bank. If you're a buy and hold investor, there's only a certain amount of properties you could own before, the bank doesn't lend to you. So you could use these strategies. Doesn't matter if you're residential or commercial, okay? And if you're a first-time homeowner, okay, and you want to buy a house and you don't want to get into debt and go the traditional way, if you have good credit, if you have bad credit, doesn't matter. I'm going to show you how I do it as an investor since 2006, buying houses um, without using my credit. Now, if I had bad credit, it wouldn't matter. I had good credit, so it didn't even matter either because I didn't go to the bank. So let's go ahead and dive in and get started, guys, okay? Now, there's two ways to buy a house, okay? Only two ways. The first way is traditional. Okay, the traditional way looks something like this. Okay, it's going to be you right here, and you want to buy a house. So what's going to happen is from you, you're going to have to go find a realtor or real estate agent. Okay, and then this agent's going to ask you to make sure you're qualified or pre-qualified. And so what's going to happen is you're going to have to go to a lender. Okay, to a bank. And once the bank approves you according to whatever dance they want, even though they print their money um, just like that, and then they make everyone get into debt with them. So after they prove you, then what's going to happen is now you're going to have time to go shopping for houses and pick which one that you want. Okay, you might want X or Y or Z, and you get to do that with your good agent. All right. Now, what's going to happen is that you pick a house and you go to closing. Okay. And then this is where you sign all the paperwork. You go to title company, depending what state you're in, or closing. But it's basically the same idea. Doesn't matter what verbiage we use for it. After closing, they will give you keys. Okay. All right. And after that, you finally get to move in to your house with you and your family and your kids and your pet. All right. So that's the traditional way of buying houses. Now, the traditional way is not the way I use, guys. Again, it's not the way I use. I don't do the traditional way. Traditional ways like go to high school, go to college, what have you. Okay, get a job, work in a cubicle. Now that's okay. I'm not saying that's the wrong way. It's just not for me. Now the way do as a professional, as an investor, is what I call direct to seller. And the way I buy houses is called direct to seller. Okay. I don't hire a real estate agent. I don't look on the MLS. I don't go to a bank and borrow money. What I do is the way it looks like it's just very simple. This is me. I work directly with the home seller and his family, right? Okay. And that's the way that I do business since 2016. And the advantage of this way is, again, if you have bad credit, great, you can use this way. If you have good credit, great, you can use this way. If you're an investor, great, you can use this way. If you never bought this way, great, I'm about to show you how to do it. So let's move forward, okay? Now, just to zoom out, we talked about, you know, how to buy houses with bad credit, and I talked about two ways to buy homes. The first one is the traditional way, guys, okay? And the second one is direct to sellers, okay? And this is the way I go by, and this is the way I'm going to show you. I'm not going to show you how to, get a realtor and go get a bank. A lot of other people teach that, okay? I'm teaching you guys what I do, uh, which is I buy houses direct from sellers, all right? Now, let's move forward. How do you find these sellers? All right, how do you find these sellers to buy their home directly? Okay, now one word I want to add on here is called motivation. Right, and I want you to really understand what is a motivated seller. Um, and guys, if you go to MrNoFluff.com, I have my free book there. You can download it. There's no shipping, there's no cost, there's no gimmicks. And I go into the detail what a motivated seller is, where to find them, how to find them, everything, guys, and it's totally for free. So go check it out, change your life, reach your goals. Okay, but I'm just breaking it down right here. But if you want more details, I highly recommend go check it out. MrNoFluff.com, and the free book is on the very top where it says free. And I also have tons of free training courses. It doesn't matter if you're a first-time home owner or you're a real estate investor, you're intermediate, or you're a pro. I got all levels, and it's going to help you. So let's move forward. Okay, how to find motivated sellers. Now the goal is that if you want to buy houses from sellers direct, okay, you got to be able to find these sellers. Okay, now there's two ways to find sellers. Let me break that down for you. Okay, um, to get a deal. Okay, so again, there's two ways to find a seller. Okay, um, so this is you. Now, to quickly answer, how do you find motivated sellers? I do marketing, guys. I do marketing. Okay, I do marketing to motivated sellers. They own houses and they call me. Okay, so this is just a zoomed out. And then at this time, I inspect the house, I gauge their motivation, and I give offers, and I get deals, okay, and I turn them into rental properties, or I sometimes, if I don't want them, I may give it to another investor and get a um, profits from that aspects of the business, okay, um, for a quick sell. Now, I don't like to do that much because I'm a buy and hold guy, but sometimes I will, if it's helping a student out or something like that, okay? So, but there's a lot of opportunities. My students make a lot of money just, getting the deal. They don't have the money or they don't want the deal and they sell it to another investor or they may sell it to another retail buyer. What is a retail buyer? Someone that's going to actually live in the home, someone that actually hires a realtor. Maybe you, if you're watching this, if you have bad credit, okay? So in a pursuit of finding a home for yourself, you may come across a couple of houses that you don't want because it might not be in the area you want, or it's not has enough bedrooms you want, or whatever. And then you can sell these to other people, okay? Um, and you've seen these on Craigslist, okay? Now, so that brings me to another point, okay? How to find these motivated sellers? We talked about marketing, all right? I market to, you know, uh, motivated sellers, homeowners, and they call me and we start negotiating, dude. And I negotiate a deep discount, or I negotiate a some type of term offer where I don't have to go to the bank. The seller becomes my lender. So in this situation here, where a traditional person goes to all this stuff, I alleviate this part, the approval part, getting an agent, and direct, uh, I eliminate the closing, and I just work with the homeowner to get the key direct. Okay, so I'm in total control. I save a lot of money. I don't have to use these expensive title companies, escrow companies, and pay all these fees like notaries and just expensive stuff that like they charge me so much more. Where it's so much cheaper if I just hire an attorney to do it. Okay, I just without the fancy office. All right, so I go direct now. How to find the motivated sellers? I talked about where I directly market to the homeowners, guys. All right. Now, the other thing is there's two ways to find owner financing houses. Okay. So there's two ways to find houses if you have bad credit to buy. One is, okay, direct from the seller. And again, that's the way I do it. Remember that we talked about here, the number two part, direct to the seller. That's the way I do it. Okay. The other way is you can buy from an investor. Okay. So like you can buy it from me. I sell houses owner financing. Okay, I sell houses to people with bad credit with owner financing. Um, but whenever you use a middleman like me, then you're gonna have to pay more money, and so that's why I don't buy deals from other investors. I buy deals from um, homeowners direct. That's why I don't buy deals from agents, real estate agents, because they're the middleman. I buy from homeowners direct. So, but if you have bad credit or if you're a first time homeowner and you want to buy a property, okay, you can do it two ways. If you want to buy owner financing where you don't have to use your credit, you can go direct and do what I'm going to show you right now, or what's in my book at mrnofluff.com for free. You can download it, or you go to an investor and get on, for example, Craigslist. Okay, and you've seen it right now. You see, it says rent to own, or it says owner financing. It says give me 20 grand down and $1,500 a month. So that investor that you're seeing on Craigslist, he went and found the seller direct, and he's dealing with the seller direct. You just happen to be the guy who's going to pay him extra money because you didn't want to do that. And what I'm showing you is you can get the deal and put it on Craigslist and be the investor without having your own money, without having your own credit. Uh, okay, through a strategy called wholesaling. And if it's a property you want, then you can keep it for yourself. Okay, so if you have bad credit, you're looking for a house for your family, and you find a property that you don't want, you can make money 3, 5, 10, 20, whatever it is, depends on the property in the area, or you can keep it for your own family. You know, my own very first house that I bought through the strategy. I didn't go to a bank and I moved in there. So you can the great thing with America is there's so many options, but majority of people are just going towards the herd, which is like, hey, go to high school, go to college, get into debt, get a job, sit in the cubicle, sit in the traffic, and for me, for example, since I've been in high school, I never had a job, never had a resume. I do have a college degree, but I work wherever I want to. Right now, I'm sitting at a park, guys, and I'm doing this for you right in my iPad. And I get to work whatever I want. And I'm not bragging or boosting. I'm a refugee to America, and I have so many disabilities. But if I can do it, you can do it too. You can do it 10 times, 1,000 times better. And I could almost say I could guarantee it, but I can't because you may not want to get off your ass and take action. Okay. Some of you guys say, "Oh, this ain't gonna work. This doesn't work." All the properties, I don't want to say all, but majority of the properties that I bought, okay, in America, I bought it through the strategy that I'm showing you. Some I bought for cash. I've never gone to a bank to get a loan. And why should I even get a loan, or why should I even use my own cash when I could just work directly with the seller and have the seller be my bank? Have come with a creative way where I could control the property through a strategy called master lease, or to a strategy called owner financing, where I could actually even own the property without getting into debt. So it's just a great it's a great country, and if you have education, then and you're willing to take action, not only education, you got to take action, then you can have significant success, guys. All right, so now let's talk about um, we talked about let's recap it real quick. Two ways to find uh, owner financing houses, or two ways to find houses with bad credit, or even if you have good credit, or if you just want to buy houses to eliminate the banks or borrowing money. You need the first one is you could do it direct, which is what I talked about right here, where I market, okay, to find home sellers, or you can buy from an investor. There's a lot of investors that are willing to sell homes at owner financing, and you can do it that way. But you're going to pay handsomely because it costs a lot more to buy houses owner financing versus going getting money from a bank. But many people still want to go that route. Okay. Um, Now, if you want to, if you're a first time homeowner and you want to buy a house for your own personal home, now to buy it direct, it's going to require work. It's not as easy as you call a darn realtor, right here, and then you go to a bank and apply it. It's going to take work. But on this side, when you buy it the traditional way, there's a lot of cons with it too, which is like your credit and to buy, and if you foreclose, you can hurt your credit, and all these rules and procedures and etc. Okay, and all these fees. So with direct, there's a lot of benefits where like you don't have to go to the bank, you don't have to worry about your credit. But again, it's a lot of work. It's not easy. It's not like you can just sit on TV and watch, your favorite TV station. It's not nothing like that. It's kind of like going to the gym. It's kind of like riding a bicycle. It's going to require effort. It's kind of like going for a walk. If you don't like going for walks, but then go to the bank, dude. If you don't like, exerting any energy, then you want to sit on your fat ass and watch Netflix, then this is not for you, dude. You need to work on improving your credit and wait years and sign your name away and all that stuff. Because the way I buy houses, I don't never give anyone my social security number. I've never give anyone my credit history. I deal with the sellers direct, and I buy houses direct from the sellers. And right now, I showed you, how to buy houses from with bad credit. You could go traditionally, which you cannot buy houses, or you gotta go direct to the sellers. Now, if you want to go direct to the sellers, I have tons of free training. Doesn't matter if you're an investor, you're a first-time home buyer at mrnofluff.com. Click on the free training tab on the top. I got my blog, my video blogs. I have, my podcast. I do daily video blogs, and I help you guys be what you want to be in America because this country is so great, guys. And don't forget, go download my book. I show you how to do all this stuff step by step at mrnofluff.com, mrnofluff.com. It's totally free. There's no shipping costs. There's no nothing. Download it right now because